So I had a customer drop off this little eeprom here because they had damaged a couple of legs on it, and they were hoping I could get the data off, but I didn't know that they had done this on the bottom, which it tricked me at first. I thought this was the top, but then I flipped it over and I see that that's actually the bottom. Now, the actual die for the chip is on the top, so it's possible it's not damaged. But the only problem is that this was covered in solder, uh, both of this. So the heat from, putting the solder there may have damaged it. I'm not sure. But I am going to give it a try just in case. I'm going to push the legs back down. Well, that leg almost broke because I want to put this on to an adapter. Now, this is a 95640. So this leg right here looks pretty loose. You see this? So this means it's probably disconnected. This is probably just a hopeless cause, but we will never know unless we try. Now, I can't remember what these two pins are. It's either ground or VCC, but this one I'm not sure. I don't quite remember, so I'm going to check the data sheet real quick. Alright, let's see what pins 1 and 2 are. So we have, oh, it's actually not VCC. It's S. What is S? Chip select and Q. We cannot do without Q. We definitely need the data output. That is very important for what we need to do. If this hadn't been done, I probably could have recovered it pretty easy, but I'm not too sure now. Only thing I can do now is try to break a little bit of this package off and try to find the bonding wire that was in there. Okay, so I have slowly worked my way down to the bonding wires. So here we'll see pin number 1, bonding wire, and here's pin. Alright, so I'm going to try to get a little piece of wire onto pin 8 there before I put it on the board. Put a little flux on there. Okay. Get a tiny little bit of solder. And I'm going to use this really thin angel hair wire here. That should do it. I'm just going to cut this little wire. It doesn't really matter where. Let's cut it about right here. I want to keep it long, just so I got plenty to work with. Okay. Now we are going to put it on the adapter. Let me actually clean the adapter first. Make this hopefully a little bit easier. Okay. My little tweezers here. Alright, let's put this guy right here. Really wish the legs weren't bent down, because that's just going to make it that much more to deal with. Let me just try to get this down before I make it worse. Actually, you know what? I want to try to lift it up a little bit. Whoa, I'm super shaky today. So right now I'm just kind of glopping everything on here. I just want to make sure that it's touching, and I wanted it in the air a little bit because because the bottom had that, it was kind of ripped open. Okay, now these two are the ones that we got to worry about the most. And it's going to be here and here. So this is for this one, and this is for this one. Now, if you try to solder that, you will mess it up. So we are not going to do that. So whenever I have these things, let me show you here. Whenever I have to do these eeprom recoveries, I use probes like this instead of trying to solder. Makes things a lot easier. Okay, so I'm gonna have yellow as number 2. Crocodile alligator clips are kind of big here, and then green as number 1. Okay. So let's go back to our scope view. Is that one? There's that one. Now I'm going to hit read, and we do not have a chip responding. So we're going to try to connect a little bit again. Gonna hit read again, and we got nothing. Okay. Try one more time. And we had a read that time without saying it was not connected, but there's nothing there. You know what, I'm gonna try just one of the points. I might have lost them. So remember, like I said, they get damaged really easy. See, now it's not quite sure where it's at now. Okay, so let's try this again. We lost these 2 pins. They sheared off. Let me try to find my things in here. Okay, so let me try to get these pins back. These 2 are not too bad. You can just do it like this. Right? But this is the bad one. So I'm hoping that's still the one we need. But let me take care of this one. Because these are too close. Let's bend this one this way. Bend this one this way. There we go. Alright. Okay, we're going back to this now. I'm going to probe this one, which should be pin number 2. I'm going to probe this one, which should be number 1. And I'm going to try to read. missing. And I believe we got it. If you see here, this was the read. I'm going to save this and I'll try to do it again so that you can see it actually reading. But I don't want to lose this. I'm pretty sure this is right. That looks really good. Okay, so I have this one saved. You see, I saved it right here under Ori. Okay, so let me make this a little bit smaller there. But we're going to try to read it again, just in case. Okay, and I'm going to do it the exact same way. Use my little clips, little probes. Can't see it now. Okay, and there we see our bonding wire for number 2. Okay, so I gotta do this with one hand because I have to hit read with my other. Okay, so I have them both there. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's just do compare. Oops. No. Let me do it again here. If I had 3 arms, this would be a lot easier. Okay, let's hit okay. So it did not have a good connection that time. Let's try again. I'm gonna try one more time. Like I said, I've already got the data, so I'm really not too concerned about it, but I'd like to do it one more time just to get a comparison. So let me just hit read again. Nope, not respond. Well, like I said, I don't want to waste too much more time because I have to repair the module too. The module is also damaged. But you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Okay, so here's the module. It doesn't have too much damage, does it? I think was that just one pad missing and then just a little dirty. Now, I don't know. It's definitely looks like it's probably missing some resistors, which is unfortunate because I'm not sure which goes there. I don't have any in the shop right now. But let's clean this up real quick. Let me close this, make a backup of that before I end up accidentally deleting it or saving over it. Because I don't think I'm going to get lucky again to get another read. Oh, but what we can do is we can compare that. We can compare this to another one. Okay, so this is the one we just read. You know what? This is not a 640. This is a 320. I don't know why. I read it as 640. Let's see if that's going to mess it up. It shouldn't. It should just be blank. Okay, let me get a real one because I can fix that if that's not too big of a deal. The 640 is just twice as much memory as the 320. Sometimes though it will, when you accidentally read the wrong chip, it will actually like duplicate the data, but this one doesn't look like it did that. Okay, here's another one that we can compare. So far everything looks pretty decent. It don't look crazy. Maybe it's okay. I'm gonna double check it, but maybe it's okay. Let me open Tango. I want to see if the file is good. First, though, we need to change this to type 320. Man, that's a shame that read that wrong. So I'm gonna do this one. So now it's right, I have this set at 320. So now I'm gonna save this as, okay, and I'm gonna open up my Tango. I wanna see if it reads, because Tango usually will tell you if it's not right for these ones. Okay, here it is. So yeah, I think it's okay. Um, Tango didn't say there was any errors, which usually, like I said, if it's errors in there, it will tell you. Um, so I am going to go with that and write a key after I get the comfort module figured out. Actually, we're going to do that first, but I mean that's definitely no problem. The data was the main issue. But let's clean this up. So I might can check the data sheet for it to see what resistor should be there. I might try to check some of my old photos. Maybe I have some old videos I can zoom in and see. So I was looking around online and just checking the photos, and I found one that looked exactly like what I have here. A little bit small there. And it turns out that there's nothing that goes there. It's only missing this capacitor right here between VCC and ground, which, you know, that's just not really a big deal. It's going to be okay in this case. Man, I'm really surprised. I wasn't expecting to was going to be able to complete this. I thought this was going to be a bit surprised. I did not think I was going to be able to complete this one. So pretty happy about that. All right, so I just have to write the key here. Let me turn it onto the display. Okay, so we're going to go to, I have a new key here in my Tango. We're going to go to Volkswagen, Passat, comfort model, ID48, and we're going to go with the 95320, the good one, and we're going to write into number 3. Okay, and then we're going to rename this plus 3. It's key number 3, that is good. So I'm going to close this now. Okay, so I got my 95320 programmed with the file that Tango gave me. Just going to go ahead and get it soldered on. You know, if we put it like this, then we can actually probably solder directly to that little trace there. I need more flux. The flux I have is not working very well on this. So we're going to put a little bit of the good flux there. Okay. And, oh, I think this is lead. I thought this was lead free. Nope, that's okay. So I'm not too happy with it. I'll probably still put a wire there. But we don't need much. Maybe I'll use this little angel hair wire here. This wire is so small. Kind of annoying. And for whatever reason, it seems like it doesn't take solder cut. There it goes. So we are going to get that off of there like that. Just a nice clean. Just going to check everything over. Yeah, That looks good. So now I'm going to add conformal coating. Because these are susceptible to water leaking into them. So let's go ahead and cover it. At least if it gets damaged, maybe somebody can still pull the data off of there. But that should be it for this one. This job should be done because we got our key here. We got our EEPROM fixed. They did not bring me the case, but yep, that's the job done. That turned out nice. I'm glad I give it a shot. When I first saw it, I was like, no chance. But as you see, you never know.